Hey, what's up? My name is Jam and I'm here to review the Mommy Club. This is episode 9. It was more the same like last week's episode. There's a scene I did love, but that's it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, support a bitch.
Support me, bitch!
First of all, I already have an attitude. Where was NUNURAI? I'm Team Nunu. So where's NUNURAI? Where was NUNURAI? So I already have an attitude because of that. But let me tell you something. NUNURAI not being in this episode, the show still continued. I feel like Happy is the only person who will just like shake it a little bit. But still, even if Happy is not, if she decides to exit this show like season 2, it will still continue. I'm saying this because a lot of people will be like, that's my fave, she's carrying the show, her butt must be her back. I said her butt. her back must be hurting because of how she's carrying the show, because that's what a lot of people say. One person doesn't, it's an ensemble cast. If that person leaves, the show will still continue. It might take a minute before like people get into it again, but the show will still continue. So anyway, yes, I have an attitude. Where was NUNURAI? But the show continues. Let's talk about the first scene. This was actually my favorite scene, and after this I was just like watching just to watch. The first scene was Happy, Titi, Cirello. I hope I'm not butchering that name, because I don't want to keep saying her small sister. I'm the favorite sister. And then the nanny. Ara was also there, the 2-year-old, but at some point she left. So, and the therapist. So the therapist came to Happy's house and they just want to talk about healing as a family. I don't think the nanny should have been there, to be honest. I don't think she should have been there. Even Titi was like, I do see the nanny as my family, Auntie Shalom. I do see Auntie Shalom as my family, but when it comes to us healing as a family, she shouldn't be there. And I'll tell you guys why. So the therapist was like, I know this is a healing thingy. I want Happy to talk about how the father died. So Titi already knows how the father died, but Cirello doesn't know how the father died. So Happy's like selling her. So even the nanny acted like she didn't know. Happy's like, listen, your father died and there was someone in the car. And they're like, who? A girlfriend. Cirello didn't really have like a moment or anything like that, but also she's young. I guess you should be honest with your kids. You should be honest with your kids, but I really think that girl really loved her dad. There is nothing you can tell Cirello about her father that she will want to hear anything bad. She loved her father. That's it. She doesn't care if he had girlfriends or anything like that. So I don't think Cirello really cared. The nanny acted like she didn't know. This is the same nanny who said that she used to find condoms in his pants when she was doing the laundry. So now she's acting like she's very surprised. And then when Happy confronted her about it, she was like, no, I've never found anything. The only thing I found was money. And that men make mistakes, but we still love them. I swear the nanny was pissing me off. The nanny was just pissing me off. When Happy said, your dad passed and the girlfriend was in the car, Titi was like, I knew it. I told you. And Happy was like, what did you tell me? Like, I told you every time I used to go to my grandmother's house, I used to see him with women. And I kept telling you, and you kept getting mad at me. And then Happy in the confessionals was like, I didn't believe her. She's a child. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Now, you remember when, I don't know, I think it was episode 2, when the therapist was talking to Happy and asked Happy, did you ever notice something different or sense he was sleeping with other women? And Happy said no. And I told you guys that was a lie. There is no way you as a wife, you don't, sense like a woman's intuition. So that means when Titi told Happy, she knew. She knew the man was cheating, but Happy just ignored the red flags. She just ignored them. Titi talked about him hitting her. Again, they say this in front of Cirello, and like I said, I don't think Cirello really cares because she didn't say nothing. She was just there smiling with her puppy. I think it was a puppy, the dog, yeah. Cirello really doesn't care, and she was like, "Yeah, I remember him hitting you." And then Happy said the most stupid thing. Yes, he used to hit me until I started making my own money. He stopped hitting me, and I was like, "Oh, so you're only here for the bag?" I told you, Happy will stay with a man just because she wants a man and she needs a man. It doesn't matter how that man treats her. Even this one that she's engaged to, she already knows the red flags. She already sees the red flags, but she will ignore them just so that she has a man. That is Happy. That is Happy. That's how she is. That's how she'll always be. I don't know if it's because of what she's been through when she was a child, but that's just how Happy is. And you can't, unless she really wants to change, there's nothing you can do. Titi said she doesn't think her late stepdad, really loved Happy. I think so too. I don't think he really cared for Happy. He was like, this girl has money. Like, she already has my kids. I'm cool. I'm gonna call her if I need any help, and I'm still gonna be around cheating. I'm cool, and I can hit her if I want to. So I'm cool just staying with her. So I don't really think that man really loved Happy, and I know even Happy knows that. I know Happy knows that. What does they talk about? Oh, this part I was really conflicted. They talk about how Titi is ungrateful because Titi started saying, you bought me 2 things and then you bought Cirello a lot of things. I had Cirello talk with the nanny, Auntie Shalom, that, oh, Mama's gotten me a lot of things. And then I was kind of on whose side? Happy's side. Because Happy was like, your Shane cat was 13,000 rand. And I was like, 13,000 rand. And apparently only 2 things were for her sisters. The rest were hers. Titi's now. So why are you complaining that your mom is not buying you things? So even Happy was like, right now she's pissed at me because I don't want to buy her an iPhone 14. Titi, you don't deserve an iPhone 14. That's your mom's money. That's not your money. I felt like Titi was a bit ungrateful here. And then Titi keeps saying, oh, you can't buy me with, you can't buy my forgiveness. You can't buy my love. Okay, Titi, if she can't buy your love and she can't buy your forgiveness, why do you keep asking for things? Why do you keep asking for things? Why do you keep asking her for her to buy you things? Happy said right now she lost her phone, that Titi lost her phone, and right now she's using Happy's phone. So you can't say that Happy is really not there for you 100%. Maybe she's not there for you emotionally. I wish you would have said, you're not there for me emotionally. Because you can't say, oh, mom, you just want to buy my love, or you just like to be fighting. But at the same time, you're pissed because she's not buying you an iPhone 14. You're pissed because she's not buying you a Gucci or a Versace, because that's what the Auntie Shalom said. But I don't believe Auntie Shalom 100%. Because Auntie Shalom started telling her, respect your mother, listen to your mother and respect your mother. Yes, you should listen to your mother and you should respect your mother. I was on Happy's side a bit. No, let me say like 90% I was on Happy's side. I also felt like Happy should have asked her, okay, what is it you'd like me to do as a mother? Because you were like, Titi was like, she has to act like a mother. Okay, what do you want me to do as a mother? And don't tell me to buy you things, because I do buy you things. Because that's the only way Happy knows how to reach you, is buy stuff for you. Happy said you're a spoiled brat, and I believe you are. And that's because of Happy. Because anytime you had an argument, that's the only way Happy could resolve it. Instead of saying sorry, or instead of saying, listen, I shouldn't have done this and this, I shouldn't have kicked you out of the house, I shouldn't have talked to you like this, I'm just going to go buy her a bag and give it to her, and she'll be okay. Now, Titi is just used to that. That's where the 10% comes from, that I'm not on Happy side. Titi is used to, let's fight. And then for you to make it up, you get me a bag. That's what Titi is used to. And now it's gotten to a point, Happy is not like, this now is too much. You're a spoiled brat. She is a spoiled brat, but you're the reason she's a spoiled brat. So you have to find a way of talking to Titi or trying to resolve things with Titi without buying her things. When you said, like, whatever you've done is enough, I think you should just stop buying her things. Like, every time you guys have an argument or every time you guys fall out, you should stop buying her things and stop kicking her out of the house. Stop kicking her out of the house. I felt so sad for Happy because Happy got to a point she wanted to cry. She was like, this, I've lied, I've covered so much for Titi, but she's very ungrateful. So I'm guessing there are some things Titi might maybe used to do, and Happy would not want the late husband to know. So she would cover up for Titi because Titi was quiet. When her mom kept saying, I covered up a lot of things for you, Titi was quiet. And that's being there for you as a mother. That she was there for you. She wasn't like the best mother, but some things she kind of covered up for you. So I feel like Titi should also give her a chance. And stop expecting everything to just be bought. That's how I feel about Titi and Happy and their relationship. Happy should stop buying her things just cause. Because also remember the first episode when they went out shopping, she gave them the black card and tell them, buy anything you want, spend everything, spend. And then when they got to the house and Happy saw the bill and the receipt, and then she's like, why did you spend all that? You are the one who told them to spend. So you have to kind of create that boundary. Happy has to create that boundary. That's what I think. Happy stormed off. She was like, I'm really pissed because this woman is really angry. This child is really being ungrateful right now. Happy was pissed. And considering how Happy grew up, like her mom didn't buy her things. She had to get those things from men. I feel like that's what she should tell Titi for them to be able to relate. I don't know. She has to open up and just talk to her daughter. Like, this is how I grew up. I used to go to different men to get what I want. I am giving you so that you don't go through that. So try and understand me. I really feel like Happy should just open up and talk to Titi. I swear Happy gives us so much content. Happy gives us so much content. When I tell you Happy shows the mommy club, Happy shows the mommy. Happy gives us so much content. What was the next scene? What was the next scene? The next scene was the trio. Miss Manshi, Mrs. Mops, and Happy. They went for yoga. Let me tell you something. One thing about Miss Manshi, her face card. That woman is beautiful. Miss Manshi is a really, really beautiful woman. Like, I love her face. She's really cute. They did the yoga, and then they sat down and they wanted to talk. What they talked about? They talked about Ratile a bit. Miss Manchi's gonna have a birthday for Noah, I think the last one, and she's gonna invite Ratile. Mrs. Moss like, so you're cool with her? Like, I don't want her there, but I want her kids there. Translation, production is forcing me to invite Ratile. That's just it. And then, of course, Miss Manchi talks about how they met up with Ratile. She called her snake and all this. Mrs. Mobs in the confessionals was like, I think it was harsh of Miss Manchi to call Ratile a snake, which I feel like is true also. Like, you don't know this woman like that for you to call her a snake. Like, this is really nothing she's done to you for you to call her a snake. So, yeah, that's what I think of that. Happy talks about that. Before they talked about the birthday, Miss Manchi said that she's a daddy's girl and her father has not met Noah, her lastborn. So like, how are you a daddy's girl and your Noah is turning 1 or 2 and your father has not met her? Anything for storyline. Anyway, Happy said she doesn't know where her father is, and if her father knows her, what's up? Where you at? come through. But she's close with her uncle. She met up with her uncle a few days ago, weeks ago, and she was just telling her uncle about her life. But she failed to mention that she's engaged. I don't know if she's scared to tell him. And also, I think the uncle will be like, your husband just died. It's not even a year yet, and you're engaged. So it didn't look right. So I get why she didn't tell her uncle. To be honest, I get it. Happy talks about Ratile also. No, Mrs. Mops asked. And then Happy said, listen, I forgave her 60%. She has to work for the other 40%. Basically, the three just met up to gossip and just create a scene. I don't know why they didn't invite NUNURAI. Especially this was Miss Manch's event. Like, not event, but it was Miss Manch's thing. I don't know why she didn't invite NUNURAI. Maybe NUNURAI was busy. I don't know. I still have an attitude. Okay, leave me alone. Happy invited, the next thing was Happy invited Mrs. Mops and her kids to her house. She said Happy lives in Brackpan, and that's her hometown. That's Mrs. Mops' hometown. I want to know, is like Brackpan like to the South Africans? Is it like, I don't want to say ghetto. Because the house that she lives in is really, really nice. Like, is it a posh place? Because the way, you know how Mrs. Bob says, that's my hometown. So the fact that she's not living there anymore, she's probably living in a better place. And we've seen Mrs. Bob's house, it's probably in a better estate. So is Brackpan like expensive? Am I middle? Or is it like, I don't think it's low. Okay, is it expensive or middle? I just want to know. Because the way Mrs. Bob said it kind of sounded shady. So she invited the kids. I do love Happy's house. Happy's house is really beautiful. The kids, Happy had like set up a place for the kids, so the kids went outside to play. What's her name? Cirello came in with a snake. I didn't see the snake last episode. So this episode kind of caught me off guard. Okay, it's a tiny snake, so that one I can look at that one. Mrs. Mom tried to touch the snake, she couldn't. Even Hash, I think that's how I would react. Let me touch it. Mrs. Mom was looking nice with the bob hair. She was looking really pretty. So the snake's name is Kevin Cash. They have a cat, Blue Ivy, and they have a dog, Kylie Jen. Nanny Manshi, Auntie Manshi in her convention, like they live in the wilderness because they have a cat, they have a snake, they have a dog, and they have a peacock. But the peacock is for the estate, but I'm guessing it's attracted to Happy's house because it's always there. I don't think Happy's house is a boring house, to be honest. Happy's house looks like a very entertaining house. The only thing that will not make me live there is the pets, because I am not a fan of pets. I'm not. But yes, Happy's house looks so entertaining. They sit down, they just talk a little bit, and then I think Katlego came in, and before they served the food, Titi came in. Titi came in with flowers, and Happy is like, oh, she's come to apologize to me. Apparently, the flowers are for Cirello, and it's a crush. I honestly think Happy bought those flowers. I don't not think that a boy sent those flowers. That's just me. I'm not saying Cirello cannot have a crush, but I do not believe that. Happy bought those flowers. The food looked really, really nice. That nyama looks really, really, really nice. I wish I was there. It looked nice. The cupcakes, the cakes, it looks nice. Okay, the feast looked nice. Happy, you know how to entertain a guest. Ratile does not. We'll talk about that. But Happy knows how to entertain a guest. They finish eating and then they start talking about Auntie Man. She starts talking about that she wants to invite all the nannies to her hometown, Mamelodi, in Pretoria, and the nannies were like, cool. All of them were cool about it. So it's gonna be Nanny Manshi, Auntie Shalom, Katleko, Palesa, Auntie Mabel, and Auntie Barbara. So they're just gonna organize it. Okay, at the table it was just Auntie Manshi, Auntie Shalom, and Katleko. But they're gonna organize so that they tell the others, since they have a WhatsApp group, and then they'll tell the other nannies. So the next thing, the nannies are meeting up, and they meet up in Mamelodi. So they meet up at a restaurant. When Auntie Mabel or Auntie Bob, when Auntie Mabel came in, I think Auntie Mabel was already drunk. And I thought Auntie Mabel was drunk. Katlego and Auntie Shalom came in. Auntie Shalom was gone. Nah. I don't know Auntie Shalom I don't know if Auntie Shalom was taking shots wherever she was. Auntie Shalom was drunk. So everyone is there. Honestly, I feel like this is not the vibe for Palesa and Katlego. It doesn't feel like their vibe. It really does not feel like their vibe. I'm pretty sure even Palesa is not feeling it, but since it's a show, she has to shoot. Let me shoot. I'm pretty sure even Katlego, if he had if she had a choice, she'd be shooting with Akina, Mrs. Mops, and Happy and Miss Manshi and NUNURAI and Ratile. If Katlego had a choice, I don't think Katlego wants to sit with the nannies. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with the nannies. It's just that Katlego is hair, style, makeup. And that's not the nannies' things. It's not. Let's be honest. It's really not. They want to sit down and talk about their lives. They want to sit about and talk about what they've been through. They want to sit about and joke about boyfriends. That's not Katlego's thing. I don't even think that's Palesa's thing. Because when they started talking, and listen, before they started talking, Miss Auntie Manshi was just getting on my nerves. She's like, okay, come, keep quiet. I'm the one who brought you guys. It's like she wanted everybody to be just looking at her. And listen, maybe it's me, but I hate when we're sitting around and I don't understand your language and you speak your language and then you're telling someone to translate. You can speak English. Let's speak English. Like in Kenya, we have so many different tribes. So now imagine I'm sitting down, I'm Kikuyu, and then there's someone sitting next to me. They're Kalenjin. Okay, let's say we are like 3 Kikuyus and 1 Kalenjin. So the 3 of us are just speaking Kikuyu and we don't consider the Kalenjin. It doesn't make sense. Let's just speak Swahili. All of us can understand. So I don't know, it kind of irritated me when Nani Manshi was like, so I'm going to speak my language. Palesa, you translate. Even Palesa's like, come on, am I in church? Translate to English. No, I felt like that was really inconsiderate. That's just me. But I felt like it was really inconsiderate. They started talking about their problems. Auntie Shalom started. To say that she was in a relationship when she started dating when she was 12 years old, and she was in a relationship with an older man. Baby girl, that's not a relationship. That man is a predator. That man was a predator. She got pregnant at 16. She didn't have a dad. She only had a mom. She had to drop out of school. She regrets it. She says she regrets it. She regrets it. She hates what that man did to her. She hates it. I felt so bad for Auntie Shalom. I felt so bad. And she was high. And she had already ordered another Savannah. So I felt so bad for Auntie Shalom. And then Auntie Barbara. Was it Auntie Barbara or Auntie Mabel? Let me see. It was Auntie Barbara. Auntie Barbara said her mom died in her arms. And I felt, oh my God. What kind of trauma is that? And then Auntie Barbara said that when her dad was about to pass away, her dad was like, yo, listen, daughter, I'm about to go. It's my time. And let me tell you, this time when I'm listening to Auntie Shalom and Auntie Barbara, I'm like this. I was feeling so sad, right? And then when Auntie Mabel said, and when her dad was telling her he's about to pass, and she told her dad, Baba, if you're going, please don't come as a ghost. I started laughing. I was like, oh my God. Like, she just stunned that sadness immediately. Everyone just started laughing at the table. Everyone was like, oh my God. I just started laughing. They have been through a lot, especially the 3 of them. Auntie Shalom, Auntie Mabel, Auntie Barbara, they have been through a lot. It got to a point Katlego was like telling, because when Auntie Shalom was speaking, Katlego was like, I think she needs counseling. It's true. Because you can imagine when you started a relationship when you were 12, older man, and then you got pregnant, you had to leave school, your dad died, your mom is also pissed at you. Like, and I felt so bad for Auntie Shalom, Auntie Barbara, and Auntie Abel. Like, they went through a lot when they were young. And right now, so that they can't even be with you, can't even be with your kids, you see, because you're working. So I felt so bad for them. But they turned it around and then they started talking about ghosts. Because remember, Auntie Barbara told her father, do not come back as a ghost. They started talking about ghosts. This is ghosts are real, okay? Ghosts are real. Auntie Mabel said when her mom died, her dad remarried. And then her mom came back as a fire. That woman was not able to live in that house, not even for a day. I was like, her mom was like, bitch, I just died. Who you think you are coming to my man? Out. Okay, so they talked about ghosts. It was a cute scene. I'm glad the other ladies showed Mami Manshi. Sorry, not Mami Manshi, Auntie Manshi. You are not our boss. Like, we're coming from houses where there are women who are our bosses, okay? So when we come here, no one is the boss of anyone here telling me to shut up, you're the only one who wants to talk. So I'm glad they did that. But the episode, that scene with the nannies, that was cute. Sure. Happy and Ratili. So Ratili invited Happy to her house. When Happy got to her house, she brought her book and she gave Ratili, and Ratili was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then Ratili in her confession was like, I'll see if I'll read it. Like, she is so shady in her confessionals. Like, I'm never sure. Ratili, do you like Happy? Do you not like Happy? Are you cool with these women? Are you not cool with these women? Because the way you're shady in the confessionals, and then next to them you're so sweet. Like last week with Miss Manshi, you just started crying. Why not just say how you feel? Someone is calling you a snake and all of a sudden, I don't want to fight. I'm so sorry. This is not my brand. Like, I do not understand Ratili at all. I don't. So Ratili wants to resolve the other 40%. And Happy said, I don't know why I'm here, but of course you know why you're there. Ratili though, I don't know why. If you're inviting someone over to your house and it's for asking her to forgive you, or, you know, you just want to be cool with them, you would set up the place. First of all, Happy's house is old, looks so old, the deco. Now I understand why Miss Manshi was like, I have a deco girl, because your house looks really old. It does. It looks so vintage. Not even vintage, old. Because vintage is like a nice way. No, it looks old. We get it. You're kind of married to an old man, but your house looks older, sis. But the way she set it up, like, Ratili was sitting in South Africa and Happy was sitting in Morocco, and you're trying to apologize, or you're trying to be welcoming and warming and all this. Like, I didn't understand it. Anyway, Ratili tells her, I want to resolve the 40%. Happy feels like she was betrayed because she opened up, and Ratili was like, you told me about this, you told me about this. Happy was like, but you asked a question and I opened up. So now when you ask me something, I open up. I'm opening up too much. I'm too open. If I don't answer you, you're gonna act like how you're acting with Miss Manshi, because Miss Manshi is not telling you about her friend Kefi. So which one do you want, Ratili? Do you want people to be open? Do you want people not to be open? But again, the part that I understand with Ratili is, if you're telling me something and you're telling me it's a secret, I don't want to see it on the blogs. That's it. But Ratili, if someone opens up to you, you can't also be like, you opened up too much or you talk too much. Just because you're closed off doesn't mean someone else is closed off. And again, Happy, I hope this is a lesson. You just don't open up to everyone. You just don't talk about everything. That's it. The food came. Happy said that she really talked about some personal things with Ratili. I don't think Ratili has talked about it on the show, so I don't know. Maybe she talked about it with Mrs. Mops, and it got to It got to Happy. That's why she's really pissed off, because Happy doesn't. Ratile is still apologizing. Happy doesn't care. Ratile is talking. Happy is like, was that a question? Was there a question mark? And all these things. Happy does not care. The food came, which was some prawns. They looked dry as hell. Like, it wasn't welcoming. The house is not welcoming. You see, Happy's house is so welcoming. Ratile's house is not welcoming at all. When they were eating, it got to a point that Happy couldn't eat, and she's like, "Can I go to the bathroom? I need to vomit." And then Ratile was like, "I've heard about this. So you've heard about it. So why could you just make?" And then she's like, "Did you want me to blend the prawns to a smoothie?" Like, if you know she has an eating problem, I don't know, serve something that she can eat. And I want to ask, because this is Happy saying that her esophagus collapsed. That's why it's hard for her to eat. And I was like, did that late husband hit her? I'm just asking. I'm just like thinking out loud. Did the late husband hit her to make her esophagus just collapse? Because it has to be collapsed because of something, either an accident or someone punched you. So maybe the nigga punched him. Maybe he punched him, and that's why her nini collapsed. I don't know. That's where my mind went. I don't know why. That's where my mind went. And because of that, it's hard for her to swallow. So she has a problem eating. So now I understand Happy a little bit when it comes to the vomiting thing. As a friend, it looks like she had already told Ratile. As a friend, Ratile, you should have made sure her food was good. Whether it's a soup or something, just be accommodative. Just be warm. Okay, I'm not all for them making you like grovel and beg for this forgiveness. I'm not all for that, but try and act like you give a damn. Because even Happy was like, it's like you don't care. It's like you don't care. You're just saying sorry to say sorry. But anyway, that was the scene. Happy stood up, crying, left. The scene ended with Ratile trying to talk to Happy. Can we still talk? Can you still talk? I think Happy was just over it. Happy was just over it. And Happy is feeling like, I've been through a lot. I've opened up to you, girl. I'm not getting warmth from you or whatever. Yeah, that was actually it. That was the episode. It wasn't a lot. Told you guys, it really wasn't a lot. But I did love the first scene. I did love the therapist and the Happy and her children talk. I really did love that. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.